Clerk, please.
Questions for oral answer by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice, you may take the podium. Please take the podium. Question number 110 of 2023 by the Honorable Member for Banjul North.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Attorney General, the Minister for Justice, update this August Assembly on the status of the draft Constitution and why the Executive cannot still reintroduce it to the National Assembly for consideration?
Thank you, Honorable Member. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and good morning to all the members. Following the failure of the draft Constitution to pass the third reading, we realized that while the public consultations were elaborate, there was minimal emphasis on engagement with political actors. This gave rise to an urgent need to initiate political dialogue. In this regard, mediation was seen as the most desirable option. The Attorney General was given cabinet approval to negotiate/mediate the said draft with the political actors and other stakeholders. The ministry felt the need to engage with its traditional partners and as such reached out to International IDEA, an international NGO which has done a lot of work in the Gambia and internationally on constitutional matters. Our choice of IDEA is due to the belief that being an independent institution and having the expertise in constitutional building process, they are the best partner to accompany us in the mediation process. We are therefore partnering with them in supporting the mediation process among the political actors towards the success of the draft constitution. It is important to note that the ministry is not developing or creating a new draft. We are mediating on the contentious issues raised by honorable members during the debate of the draft constitution with the aim to reaching consensus. Given that there is consensus on most of the provisions of the draft constitution, the issue that has arisen now is how the amendments of the consensus issues should be carried out. The two options circulated at the moment is for either the Ministry of Justice to update the draft before sending it to the National Assembly, or for the draft to be sent to the National Assembly in its current form and subsequently be updated at the level of the House. IDEA has secured funding to commence the process of reviving the draft. However, one of the condition precedent is for them to set up a country office. That process is currently in the final stages, and we are confident that the work of reviving the draft constitution will begin in earnest by the end of this quarter.
Yeah, please go ahead for a supplementary question.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister for Justice, are you affirming to this August Assembly that the drafting process was not all-inclusive?
No. What the respondent was trying to say is the drafting process was well done and was all-inclusive. All necessary consultations were made, but that is towards the content of the document. But the process of bringing it to life is also a political process, which we did not pay much attention to. And as a result, it suffered the fate that it suffered. So I'm not talking about the consultation as to what should go into the content of the document, but the consultation as to how do we, what the journey of the document until it becomes a document. That is the aspect that I said was missing. So those who drafted the document did a good job. Everybody was consulted locally and internationally, and we were all witness to that.
I think that's fine. Thank you.
You are satisfied. Member for Latikunda Sabeji.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, for giving me the floor. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, I still see lack of political will to bring this constitution back to the National Assembly. Because for me, consultation, public consultation, all political actors were consultation.
Honorable member?
Yes?
Please ask your question.
I want the Honorable Minister to explain what he meant by the ministry to update, or either the National Assembly to update. What do you mean by this update, please?
Thank you. What I'm saying is we launched immediately the constitution collapsed in the House. We launched a political dialogue. In that dialogue, political party leaders were brought together to discuss the various issues that they disagreed on in the content of the document. And some amendments were done. This culminated into a high-level meeting in Abuja, where almost all the political parties, their leaderships were present, and they sat in a room. They went through the draft constitution, and they had almost all. I know that not everybody, not 100%. I think it's only PDYS that did not attend, but except that all the political parties were in attendance. There are some changes that the politicians proposed, because there were issues of disagreement in the draft constitution that were not in the public debate. And when they sat as political leaders, they themselves, among themselves, the state did not interfere. I was in Abuja, but I was in my room. I did not even go to the conference room. I only go to the conference room when they needed me. So it was purely between the leaders of the political parties. And they have identified certain areas that unanimously among themselves, they agreed those should change. So the question, that question you're asking, what I'm trying to say is, we are weighing two options. Do we update those changes? We've already updated it because we projected the constitution and they have made slight adjustments. Do we effect those changes and bring that, if you want, I can say the Abuja version to Parliament? Or do we bring the original version as was done by the CRC, and if there's going to be any changes, we leave it to you people to change it? That was what I'm saying. This is the option that we are weighing. But we have got an updated document that emerged from the political dialogue. Certain changes were effected. So do we bring it back like that, or do we bring the original and you, the National Assemblies, will do the changes? This is an option that we are seeking various advice, but we will inform ourselves. But that is prerogative of the executive. We can decide what to do. We will bring the bill. Whether we will bring the updated one or we will bring the original one, we will bring the bill. But that was what I meant by that statement.
The member for Central Baribo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, are you telling us that you are waiting for idea, or even without idea, things will go?
I wouldn't say we're waiting for them, but we've been working with them on this project throughout, if we are following this constitutional development process. Because we believe that no matter how minimal, some form of consultation should take place before the bill comes to the House. Because the bill has been lying for a couple of years now. So when you bring it out, you need to, if we are to bring, for example, the updated one, the public need to be sensitized. Some stakeholders need to be consulted before we introduce it. So there are some elements some activities that the executive wants to carry out before bringing it. And we entrust them to do that. But with or without idea, the bill is on its way to the Parliament.
The member for Brikama North and Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, the mediation process that you're talking about, I want to believe this was the pre-election dialogue on the draft constitution. If so, were there post-election dialogue on the draft constitution? And if no, why? If so, has the political parties reaffirmed their positions? their positions.
Honorable member, please ask your question. Please. Honorable member, please ask your question. One question, please.
Honorable Minister, the political dialogue process that you are talking about, was it the pre-election dialogue? If so, were there a post-election dialogue on the draft constitution, on the consensus issues that you talk about?
Certainly, this was before the December 2021 elections. So it was pre. Now, this is some of the areas we are advising ourselves and we're seeking expert advice. And that's linked to the previous question. That's where IDEA is working on. Do we need to reconfirm? Do we have to have a small dialogue first, again, to reconfirm positions before we come to the House? This is something we are advising ourselves. Once we're clear about those things, we will come. We're just being careful of not opening up the whole process all over again, because we already have a document. So we're trying to see the optimal way of making use of the resources and seeking the best advice before introducing the bill. But certainly, it was pre-election, and whether your positions are the same now that elections are behind us is something we can confirm probably by opening up a small dialogue again, and then parties can reconfirm their positions before we bring the bill. But to me, irrespective of whatever the parties does before the bill comes here, if it comes here, you have an absolute authority to change anything that you will change anyway. So, but we realize the importance of seeking some form of political consensus before coming to the House. Yeah.
The member for Kantora and Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the floor. Honorable Minister, what is your legal advice in reintroducing the bill again, draft constitution in its original form, haven't been failed in the Parliament, bring it again in its originality again? What's the legal advice on that? And are you also thinking about second thought of reviewing the existing constitution? Thank you.
So 2 questions on. No, it's okay. It's all right.
No,
I will answer both. It's all right.
You know, that's what the tool.
Well, with the permission of the Speaker.
If you answer both, you are setting a precedent. Precedent.
You know, Honorable Attorney General, you know, the two leaders, they try to beat the system. They both asked 2 questions.
Thank you. This is not mainly a legal issue per se. Bringing it in its original form or whatever. What I observed is when it came and failed the first time, it was because there was a massive campaign that this August Assembly should not and must not change anything. So it's either it goes as it is or it's rejected. I'm not too sure whether this is still the position anymore because we paid dearly for that. All right? If there is going to be an option, and I believe legally, that you always have an option, any kind of bill, including a constitutional bill, you have a right to effect changes because it's just a bill. So if you are going to exercise that right to effect changes, then bringing the original form to me is not a problem because so long as you're going to effect changes and make it better in your view, I bring in the original form or the updated form, let the constitution just come. So I think the problem with the first attempt was Parliament was given only 2 options, approve it or reject it. But you cannot change. There was no middle ground. And Parliament decided if we are not going to change it, then we will not allow it to go.
Point of observation. Point of observation.
So
Point of observation.
No.
Correction.
No. Order. No, please. No. Member for Lower Badibu. Please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Please. No, Majority Leader, please.
You did mention that you are planning to meet those you call political.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Yes, please.
Your second question was, am I thinking of amending the current constitution? Of course, until we have a new constitution, there will always be a need, if the need arises, to change anything in the existing constitution. Of course, yes. And in fact, currently we're receiving requests to effect certain amendments. So until we have a new constitution to replace the current one, laws are meant to evolve. All right? So as the need arises for us to change it to suit our needs, we will always come back here and effect change on it. Yeah? Until we get a new one to replace it.
Thank you. The member for Lower Badibu.
Thank you once again, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, you did mention that you are planning to meet those you call political actors. My question is, how soon are you planning to meet those political actors? Thank you.
Hopefully before end of this quarter. Well, the whole activities, because we have a work program, the whole activities of relaunching, or if you like, reviving the constitutional process will start before end of this quarter. That particular activity, I don't know where, on top of my head, I can't remember where on the work program is it. But we have a full work program of reviving the constitution, and in that program, one of the key activities is engagement with political actors. But the relaunch of that work program will likely be before end of this quarter.
Thank you very much. Question number 111 of 2023 by the member for Combo South.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, could the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice update this August Assembly on the status of implementation of the Never Again Memorial Act and the inscription of the names of the victims of the former dictator Yaya AJJ Jammeh on the wall?
Attorney General.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member for Combo South. Plans are still in place to carry out this very important memorialization initiative that we believe will bring much needed closure to the victims of the former president, and that also serve as a testament of our resolve to ensure that these atrocities never reoccur in the Gambia. Following the release of the white paper, which conveyed the president's intention to rename the arch, the government set to work on the elaborate implementation plan. This plan was finalized, approved by Cabinet, and released on the 12th of May 2023. This plan recognizes the fact that memorialization will need to be elaborate and consultative. Accordingly, the plan envisages the setting up of a steering committee under the National Center for Arts and Culture, NCAC, to spearhead memorialization efforts in the third quarter of 2023. Consultations will also be held with victims and victims-led organizations on the development and implementation of the comprehensive national memorialization framework. Finally, the renovation and official renaming of the arch is slated to occur in the fourth quarter of this year at the anticipated cost of about $12 million. We do not intend for this to be the only memorialization project, but intend to carry out several memorialization initiatives across the country in consultation with the victims, victim-led organizations, and under the guidance of the steering committee on memorialization. We remain available. That's okay. Thank you. That's the end of the class. Thank you.
Honorable Member.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for the updates. The memorialization process that you're talking about, who is going to lead the processes in the regions?
We have a national steering committee, so I believe they will cover the entire country. There's a committee chaired by the NCAC.
Yes, Honorable Member for Combo South.
Yeah, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Minister, the report of the Health Committee was laid here on the ACI, and there was a recommendation which was accepted to also include the names of the 70 children who died from ACI to be part of this memorialization act. Was that communicated to your office? Yes, it's linked.
No.
No, it's
No, it is not linked.
linked. It's linked, please.
No.
Speaker, what's your verdict? Can I proceed and answer?
AG,
Person Yemo rule why? It's linked.
that is not linked.
No, it's not linked.
That
it's
is not
connected.
linked.
Lade Gunda Sabiji.
Please, order. Please, members, please, order.
It's not linked.
Don't use your mic, please. Member for Fonyi Jarol.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I just want to find out from the Honorable Minister whether there are plans to construct another victim center for the PPP government.
This question is
No, please, Honorable Speaker. Member for Fonyi Bondali. Member for Fonyi Bondali.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, will those before Jemme and after Jemme also be included in that wall?
Member for Fonyi Bintang.
If that is my question, if the IG is changed to the victim center.
Speaker, you have to rule on the first question.
Speaker, can you rule on the first question?
No,
Or are you going to just keep quiet and call another
They
person?
are out of order. I'm not allowing them. They are out of order. I'm not allowing them. They are out of order. I'm not allowing them.
Honorable Speaker.
No. No, when AG is done, then I'll come to you. No, don't worry. I'll come to you later. Remember for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In changing that, how will that benefit the nation? To a victim center. I think if you want that, you should construct your own and name it victim center.
Honorable member, please. That question is out of order. Fonyi Councillor.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, the victims of Jame include from, as per the set of TRRC, soldiers massacred in the Katong attack were left, Farafenye were left. Would their names be part of that victim center at the Arch?
The
Point of
Farafenye
order, Honorable
attack
Speaker.
and the
Point of order.
Katong attack were left out
Point of order.
in the
Honorable Minister, sorry,
Yes.
there is
Okay.
a point of order from nominated member Kebalang Fofana.
I'm rising on 43.4. It reads,
Honorable, I can't hear you.
I'm rising on point of order 43.4, Honorable Speaker. 43.4. It reads, a supplementary question shall not be in order if it introduces matters not included in the original question and the answers provided. Honorable Speaker, we are specifically talking about the victims of Jame. And the victims of Jame are clearly known through the unfoldings of the TIRC. The Katong attack and Farafenye, we all know those were what? Due to coup d'etats, not by forces who were what? Managed by Jame. So the question is really out of order. Thank you.
Honorable nominated member Kebalang Fofana, the question is not out of order.
All right, so you will get your answer.
Honorable AG, please answer. Order.
Honorable Speaker, if you don't manage your house well, we're going to cause noise.
Please.
Manage your house well, please.
Order. Member for Fonyi Bintang, member for Fonyi Jarol, please. Order. Order. Order.
Point of observation, please.
Yeah, yes.
Order. Order, please.
May I observe, please, Honorable Speaker? Honorable Speaker.
Order. Order, please.
Okay.
Please, Honorable AG, can you respond?
Okay. Let me respond to the.
Honorable Speaker, if you cannot, if
Member for Latikunda, please sit down. Please sit down. Order. Order.
Point of order. Point of order. Order in the house. Order. Order. Order.
Thank you very much. Fonyi Councillor, the soldiers who lost their lives in the Katong and Farafenya attacks were not originally recognized as victims. However, if you read the white paper, in cabinet, government have decided to recognize them as victims. So they have been formally recognized as victims in the white paper, and their families will be entitled to any form of compensation that any other victims will be receiving, and they will also receive a posthumous kind of an award. So their victimhood have been recognized by government.
Member for Joshua.
Please, let's maintain decorum.
Order. Order. Member for Fonyi Councillor, please.
Honorable Speaker, you should put your house in order.
Order. Order.
We cannot allow this.
Honorable members, I am calling on the member for Fonyi Jarol and the member of Fonyi Bintang, Honorable Tumani Sane and Honorable Bakari Baji. I'm naming you. You people are persistently disrupting proceeding of the National Assembly. And if you persist, you know the consequences. There was order, please. Please. Honorable member for Fonyi Bintang, order. We must respect the standing orders of the National Assembly. Member for Joshua.
Hey, Fanku. Honorable Speaker, during the Honorable Minister's response, he talks of spending 12 million on the arch for renovation. What are the plans of getting those monies to access? Are there any funds available for that renovation?
I know this is the budget, and I know, I'll safely say yes, it's available.
Thank you, the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice, for those answers provided to this August Assembly. In accordance with